Today, let's discuss about the difference between mutual fund and index fund. Specifically, what are the disadvantage or the drawbacks in mutual fund, and what is the major advantage in the index fund? Let's go over with a specific example. If you're here for the first time, I'm Rajesh. Welcome to Invest and Grow. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Having said that, let's get started. So we have seen in the past that mutual fund is a basket of securities, whether it is an equity or a fixed income fund. It is a basket of a security, and it's managed by a professional money managers. Being means it's been actively managed. So since it is actively managed, they charge a fee. It's important to understand what are the component of the fee, which will help you to determine whether mutual fund is a right investment. Let's go over with specific example, right? If As we are telling, mutual fund, when you go to an broker dealer and purchase a mutual fund or an equity, obviously one thing that you would pay is the commission. Commission is the first time when you buy a security, you pay. The commission is a minor charge. Nowadays, many broker offer commission-free trades, so that is not a big of a deal. So, but what is the hidden charge within the mutual fund is the expense ratio. So the term expense ratio is what really it's all the administrative and other operating charges what a money manager would charge. For example, let's say if it is an equity large cap growth fund, there are various providers, whether it's a Vanguard or it's an iShare or BlackRock. There are many fund providers who creates a fund and they actively manage, right? If you look into this one, these are the various mutual fund tickers, and these are the mutual fund name, and this is the expense ratio. So what this translates is that, let's look into the first example. This The first fund, they charge an expense ratio of 9.62 percentage, which is when you invest in $100, literally $9.62 goes towards your fee. This is a hefty charge. While we may not realize whether this is a big of a deal, how it makes an impact is that over the time the fee makes a significant impact. Let's go over an example, right? So before getting into this one, we are taking two samples. One is the mutual fund, which is this Poland Growth Fund, and the other one, let's get into this index fund momentarily, but let's focus on the mutual fund, this Polix. Um, just to get into the some nuts and bolts of this one, let's look this one into the actual fund details itself. So as you see, this is the fund. This is a growth fund, and it is a large growth. And as you see, the expense ratio is 0.98 bips, which is literally 1%. And you see various things like in rating and how much it goes, the value changes over time. That's all good. But what it translates here is that this when you buy a fund, this is costing you roughly, this is an NAV, this is in $45.08. The expense ratio is 0.98. As we see, it's 98 bips. So over the time, let's say you invest $10,000. Imagine this 1%, it goes over and over. This makes a huge impact. In order to visualize this one, let's take an example, right? So on a long-term investment, for example, I'm just using this as a calculator, and this is a mutual fund investment calculator. Just for an example, I'm using this as an 200,000 as an amount, that the initial amount that you invest, and it's spread across a time frame of 20 years, the horizon of 20 years, and the rate of returns is 10. Right, and here what we saw as 98 is the percentage bips. Let's calculate how much it's going to be. So when you invest 200,000 and after 20 years, with this particular fee, you end up in getting 1.1 million. And if you look into the cost, this is the key component that you wanted to focus. You end up in spending 220,000 as just as a fee. So you see this, how this 98 cents or this 98 bips translates over time. this is the premium that you or this is the potential growth opportunity that you that goes as a premium as a fees. There is no way that you can avoid the entire fee. However, now having gotten this context, let's look into the index fund. So what is this index fund? Index fund is, again, yes, it's a fund, whether it is a mutual fund tracked passively or it is at an ETF. Index fund simply tracks the index. In this example, you could buy an S&P index fund, this Vanguard VOO. So what all it does is that, let's look into this one. It simply tracks the index. So to understand what we are referring, this is tracking the S&P index. As we see, S&P is composed of 500 key stocks, which is in S&P. There are multiple indices like S&P, there is an Nasdaq, all those things. But in this example, we are using S&P 500 as an index. And as you see, this index has a multiple underlying securities as a composition and the weight. So all this ETF does is that it simply tracks this index. There is no active money manager monitoring this stock, this fund on a periodic basis and shifting allocation or doing any rebalancing. It is just a computer program which tracks this index. So the biggest advantage of this one is, as it tracks the index, the expense ratio is super less. Consider this example. In this, BOO has just an expense ratio of 0.03, which is 3 basis point. If you look into this one in the properties, fund details, it is a large and expense ratio is super low. And so what eventually happens is that instead of paying 98 bips, you just pay 3 bips. And over the time, let's see how this is making a difference. In the same example, let's for the 98 basis point, we saw 220,000 as an total cost incurred in the fee. Let's do this math with the index of, the expense ratio of 3 basis points, and look at the cost difference. It is just under 10,000, which is like 20 times lesser than what you would have paid in an active mutual fund, actively managed mutual fund. So it's simply that is the huge difference that you pay low cost. Okay, so having known this, what is the advantage or a disadvantage, right? So if you wanted to invest in a mutual fund that is actively tracked, you need to make sure that the fund is performing super well and beating the market indices. Or if it is returning in performance returns less than the index fund, there is no use in investing in an actively managed fund and paying a hefty premium, when you are better off in investing in an index fund. So many of us, when we buying a mutual fund or an ETF, we do not actually focus on the expense ratio. So what happens is that we end up in paying a lot of fee, and you saw the difference on how much a fee could make, and you are almost losing a 20 or 30% gain in your overall portfolio that you do not want this to happen. So hope this provides some context on the active versus passive fund. So any index tracking fund is otherwise called as a passive fund because it is there is no active management involved. But even with Buffett standards, he had communicated this on many times that any index performing fund over the time performs way better than a mutual fund which is actively managed. So it is hard that an actively managed mutual fund beating an index fund. So the verdict there is that index fund performs well over the time. So it is up to us to make a decision and invest wisely. That's on a high level, and just whether you buy an index fund or a mutual fund, make sure you look into the expense ratio and thereby make a conscious decision, because you do not want to lose the gain over time. Hope that provides some context and helpful. If you have any comments, questions, please leave your thoughts, comments, and do give a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing. Thank you.